Long ago, in a lovely kingdom, there lived a humble and kind-hearted water carrier named Shankar. Loved by all in the village, he was known for his cheerful spirit and his eagerness to help anyone in need. Each day, he fetched water from the river and delivered it to the villagers' homes, always greeting them with a warm smile and kind words. His happiness was infectious, and many admired how content he remained despite leading a modest life. One day, the king heard tales of Shankar's kindness and dedication. Curious about this admired water carrier, he sent his minister to summon Shankar to the palace. Upon arriving, the king said, "I've heard of your hard work and kind nature. From today onward, you shall serve in my palace, bringing water for me and my guests." Overjoyed, Shankar rushed home to share the good news with his wife. He dressed in his best clothes and eagerly returned to the palace to begin his new duty. As time passed, his cheerful personality and gift for storytelling made him a favorite among the king's guests. Even the king himself enjoyed Shankar's company, often inviting him to share amusing tales that lifted his spirits. However, not everyone was happy about Shankar's growing popularity. The minister, once the king's most trusted companion, grew envious. He couldn't bear watching a mere water carrier win the king's favor. Determined to get rid of Shankar, the minister came up with a devious plan. One evening, he visited Shankar at home and whispered, "Shankar, there's something you should know. The king has been complaining about a foul odor in your breath. He doesn't want to embarrass you, but he finds it unbearable." Shankar's face dropped in embarrassment. "Oh no, what should I do?" he asked, clearly worried. Pretending to be helpful, the minister advised, "To avoid offending the king, you should wear a mask over your mouth whenever you're near him." Trusting the minister's word, Shankar followed his advice. The next day, he entered the palace with a mask on, covering his face. The king was surprised but didn't ask. Days passed, and Shankar continued to wear the mask, never questioning the minister's warning. Eventually, the king grew curious and asked the minister, "Why does Shankar always wear a mask?" Seizing the moment, the minister smirked and replied, "My lord, I asked Shankar the same thing. He told me he wears it because he finds your breath unpleasant." The king's expression turned dark with anger. He felt betrayed by someone he had come to trust. Without hesitation, he gave an order. "Summon the executioner. Stand at the palace gate, and when you see a man leave carrying a bouquet of roses, behead him at once." The next morning, Shankar came as usual, still wearing the mask and serving the guests with his usual grace. Pleased with his service, the king handed him a bouquet of roses as a reward. Shankar bowed gratefully and began to leave the king's chamber. As he stepped out, the minister spotted the bouquet and asked, "Who gave you those roses?" Shankar smiled and said, "The king did. He wanted to reward me." Blinded by pride, the minister snatched the bouquet from Shankar's hands. "I deserve these more than you," he sneered, and marched confidently toward the palace gates. The executioner, acting on the king's orders, saw the minister with the bouquet and carried out the command without hesitation. The following morning, Shankar returned to the palace as usual. The king, stunned to see him alive, exclaimed, "Shankar, you're alive. Tell me, why have you been wearing that mask in front of me?" Still unaware of the scheme, Shankar humbly replied, "My lord, the minister told me that you found my breath unpleasant, so I wore the mask to avoid disturbing you." The king's eyes widened in realization. "And what became of the bouquet of roses I gave you yesterday?" "The minister took them," Shankar answered honestly. He said he deserved them more than I did." The king burst into laughter. "Indeed, he deserved those roses far more than you did." With that, the king removed Shankar's mask and assured him, "You have always been honest and kind. From now on, you will be more than just a water carrier. You shall serve as my royal storyteller." Honesty, kindness, and patience always rise above lies and jealousy. Though the minister tried to destroy Shankar's place, he stayed humble and sincere. And in the end, justice was done. This story reminds us that those who conspire out of envy often fall into the very traps they set. It also teaches us that true goodness never goes unnoticed. No matter how tough the road may seem, staying true to who you are will always guide you to where you're meant to be. If you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Story Seeker. New stories are waiting just around the corner. Until then, keep seeking and keep believing. See you in the next story.